Hello and welcome back to another video looking at more shared fate rewards through bicolor gemstones in Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail. This then is the 5th zone in the game and of course features spoilers for this zone, where the vendor is and what you get from the vendor, although the items from the vendor aren't exactly that spoilerific, but the actual zone is if you've not got to that point. Hence why this intro exists, so you've got plenty of time to click off of the video if you need to. I know a lot of people actually watch these videos through autoplay. Thank you so much for your viewership, it really helps. But of course, if you have not got to this part or you don't want to know, please click off now. So the 5th zone in the game is of course Heritage Found. Heritage Found then our 5th instance. This then is what our shared fate system looks like, and of course we are rank 4, which is the final rank with Heritage Found, which means 66 fates in the area. As you know by now, the first 6, then another 20, and then another 40, making 66 in total. So what do we get then for our 66 fates? Well, first of all, our bicolor gemstone vendor is right next to not the first aetheryte in the zone, which is Yesolani Station, but actually the outskirts to Solution 9 itself, and just a little bit northwest of that you will find a bunch of vendors, including a junkmonger and Toshana. Toshana, with her beautiful hairstyle by the way, looking amazing, offers us the following rewards. So the first items we'll see are these two, which are basic items that you can get from monsters in the area, obviously different levers and wings, which are used for crafting. Then rank 2, we can get the Heritage Found riding map, which increases our mount speed whilst on the ground by a significant amount, but doesn't affect flying. Then we have, for our next rank up, the Heritage Found crates for 150 gemstones that says, tidy your things away and ensure your worldly possessions don't end up as heritage lost. And that looks like this. Alright, let's look at these boxes then. They are dyeable. So let's see what they look like in the house. So these are interesting because they're not just your atypical boxes, right? They do have their own sort of art style behind them. They are obviously made of electrope, which is the first thing I notice here with this glow effect on them. There isn't any interactions with them. I was kind of hoping that we could right click or subcommand on them to open one of the boxes up, since they have hinges. They are very mysterious, so if you wanted to create kind of like a sort of Solution 9 or Heritage Found sort of idea, you're probably going to be all over this. They also remind me a little bit of Nier, a little bit with the design. I don't know if that's intentional, but yeah, electrope items, definitely something I want to get loads of. I do believe there's quite a few housing items that are Solution 9 related as well, so I do want to get those, and these will probably work perfectly to that sort of that end as well. In terms of the furnishing color then on this, obviously it's got a single dye channel. Unfortunately we don't have dual dye channel for housing items yet. But the thing that's really disappointing is that the electrope doesn't dye. It's just the light. So obviously my go-to would be to have a nice big ruby red light, which looks really cool, but it's such a small section of that. It does have nice luminosity on it, don't get me wrong. It does light up like an LED, but I'm not really a fan of only being able to change that. I think I probably would have preferred to just keep the color white, the glow white, and being able to change the metal color, but hey ho, it's one of those things, isn't it? It's one of those things. I guess there's not really many other ways around that, but if you wanted something with an LED in it, I'm sure some people will probably glitch these into partitions and raise them just to get the LED out of them, maybe, or to create some pillars out of these. That's the idea I've got at the moment. Support these up and maybe put pillars underneath them, or there's all sorts of things you could do with them, right? It's a shame that they're not separatable or move aroundable, but it's cool that you get 3 baked into one, I suppose, as opposed to just having one. But obviously they're placed kind of haphazardly, as they say, so your mileage for use is going to vary. They're not too bad. They're not too bad at all. And I'm sure if we wanted to make something that, you know, looked like we were using electrope, then we certainly could. Personally, I would love to see this material for floors, ceilings, lamps, things like that. Maybe a sofa, so we could have our own recreation of what they do in Solution 9. That would be sick. But this is a good step in a direction. I just wish the dyes were better. And additionally to that, we've also got a brand new triple Triad card known as Otis. So if you want to know where the Otis card comes from, it's actually from here. Obviously, if you're a triple Triad collector, you're going to be very excited by this. It isn't a tangible reward such as a mount, minion, or barding, but it is a really cool one regardless. If you're not interested in cards, then this zone probably isn't for you. That will cost you 300 gemstones and looks like this. This is the card then from the amazing character Otis. I really like this character in the storyline. You can obviously get his card here, which is 5 north, 7 east, 6 west, and 8 south. It is a 4-star card, and of course it's entry number 406. It says, "Upon mine honor you shall harm neither my fair queen nor our citizens." And there you go. So it's a pretty okay card. I don't think it's something I would use in my deck personally, but it's another one to add to our collection. And if they ever add any more achievements in the future for the cards, maybe for another mount or something, simply because we already have a triple Triad card mount, who knows what they might add in the future. That's a cool one to add to our collection. And then finally, we've got the Flash in the Dark Orchestra roll for 450 gemstones. That sounds like this. But yeah, all in all, these rewards aren't probably the strongest. Obviously, we're looking forward to the last zone, which will be in the next video. And obviously, that's going to have some more tangible rewards than this. So far, I think Yaktel has been probably my favorite shared fate zone, but there's lots more to go. And of course, there's the final rewards from all this as well. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully these videos are helpful. We're trying to be as careful with our tags and spoiler warnings as possible. Hopefully that's helpful. Much love. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.